right, IPW fans, we're back for another week of IPW Weekly Recap, and that's right, Aaron Royal, back where I belong here on television, alongside my partner Ron Niemi. And fans, you've got some great action coming up on today's show. First, from Rage in the Cage at the Expo Center, you've got six-man encounter between your boys, 911 Incorporated, and Mr. Peskin's The Professionals.
The Professionals messing with 911 Incorporated? Mr. Peskin didn't even have the balls to come to the building that night. The hardcore giant Ron Niemi, along with 911 Incorporated, we were there, Aaron.
Yes, you were. You fans, you're going to see that. And then, it's an IPW heavyweight title match. Your champion, in all his cockiness, Billy Fives, defends against former ECW star Julio Dinero. And then, fans, we've got clips of next week's main event, Chaos versus New Jack. But let's go to that first match. It's coming at you right now.
All right, Ron, we've got some action going now from the Pinellas Park Expo Center. This is the Professionals versus 911 Incorporated. Making their way to the ring right now, Pat McGroin, Pat Powers, and Rod Steele. And here you come with the 911 boys, the Shane Twins and Jet Jaguar. This is just another step in the brutal feud between you and the group led by Mr. Peskin.
You notice Mr. Peskin is absent during this match. You notice he didn't have the balls to come to the Pinellas Expo Center because the hardcore giant Ron Niemi and 911 Incorporated was there to take care of business. Pat McGroin, Pat Powers, and Rod Steele, I'll at least give them credit for having guts and getting in the ring with the best independent tag team out there today, and the madman himself, Jet Jaguar.
Jet Jaguar, a five-time former light heavyweight champion here in IPW. He's going in against some big boys there in the Pats. He's also going against Rod Steele, his arch nemesis here in IPW. It's not just you and Mr. Peskin that don't like each other. There's no love lost between any of these individuals in the ring.
You see the huge hit toss by Mike Shane on Pat McGroin, and you're exactly right, Aaron Royal. There is no love lost. Some of these feuds have been boiling for almost 2 years now. Sure, the Shane brothers and Ron Niemi and Jet Jaguar, we've been on both sides of the fence. We've been the so-called heels, and we're now the people that are cheered in IPW. You got the fans of IPW Hardcore Wrestling rallying behind 911 Incorporated. They want Mr. Peskin gone from IPW.
Oh, look at this nice double team maneuver by the Shanes. Nice tag team wrestling. Fallaway slams on both Rod Steele and Pat McGroin. A nice clothesline there on Pat Powers. They just wiped out all three men in very quick fashion.
The Shane brothers just returned from IWA Puerto Rico where they had a feud with the Harris brothers. But they come back to IPW with their partner Jet Jaguar.
Oh, look at that.
Off the top rope and takes out all three members of the Professionals. Jet Jaguar might weigh about 180 pounds soaking wet, but it doesn't matter when he comes flying off with the velocity that he does from the top rope, Aaron.
All right, leave it to Ron Niemi to steal Naftali's gimmick the moment that I'm back and he's not here. And there you see a clothesline, double clothesline maneuver by Rod Steele and Pat McGroin and one of the Shane Twins. You know I can never tell them apart. And his brother pulls him off there. Like I said, great teamwork by the Shane Twins. And there you see the Mud Baby Star Stevens trying to keep order, but it's impossible in a match like this.
It is impossible to keep order at the Pinellas Expo Center. The Pinellas Expo Center has been begging IPW to come back. They're sick of dealing with the knuckleheads that they've had to deal with in the past. They want true talent, they want true wrestling, and they want a house the size that IPW brings. The Mud Baby Star Stevens said it himself when he looked me right in the eyes and he said, "Oh my God, forget what Star Stevens said." What a huge maneuver by Rod Steele.
And there you see Jet Jaguar. He may be a five-time former champion, but right now he's simply in pain on his back at the hands of Rod Steele, a former champion himself. And now we're going to see the size differential here as Pat Powers is going to come in to take on Jet Jaguar. Jaguar's scared of no individual here in IPW, but I don't care how tough you are. You're losing 100 pounds to a guy who's got his hands gripped around the back of your neck in a nerve hold. It's going to hurt, and there's going to be some problems when you're at that much of a size disadvantage.
Obviously, Pat Powers has been dipping deep into his Tiger Chung Lee tape collection and has dug out the dreaded nerve hold, which he applies very stiffly to the trapezius muscle of Jet Jaguar. And Star Stevens, he looks at Jet Jaguar and very concerned. He says, "Hey Jet, you all right down there, brother?"
All right, Ron got it in Star Stevens' voice at least for once. Oh, look at Jet quickly moving out of the way. One, no, not even a 2 count there. He thought maybe he'd get a quick 3 count as he had him stunned, but you can't put away a guy like Pat Powers that easily.
You're not going to beat Pat Powers with a simple schoolboy, and he locks up with Pat Powers, Pat McGroin. They give a double elbow to Jet Jaguar and they level him. Pat McGroin on the top rope? What the hell is he doing up there?
Not a very familiar place for Pat McGroin, and that's why, as he just totally misses, took way too much time on the top rope. I don't care who you are, you need to get off that rope quickly, and if you're not used to executing the maneuver, it's that much more important that you do so. And there you are in the corner, John Ron Niemi saying, "Dad, where are the big boys in, brother?"
I'm directing traffic out there. Pat McGroin might not be one of my favorite wrestlers. Look at the clotheslines coming from him. Go ahead, Pat Powers. Keep turning away from those clotheslines, and eventually they're going to rip the head right off of your shoulders. Take the bump like a man, brother.
Like that. Nice series of suplexes there.
See, you come back after being gone for 5 weeks. You kill my momentum. You're stumbling over your own tongue, and the Shane Brothers and 911 Incorporated are in there destroying the professionals. Double belly-to-belly suplex.
All right, let's see if they can get the pinfall here. One, no. Pat Powers just waiting in the wings to break up that pinfall attempt. I didn't even see him there in the corner. I'm sure the Shanes didn't either, but they're still in control of this match.
The XWF has been busy trying to sign the Shane Brothers the contracts, and the Shane Brothers realize, hey, the XWF doesn't actually run shows. They just hang around in the office all day and try to act like big timers. IPW is where it's at, and that's where we're going to take Pat McGroin and finish him. That's it. Finish him. Count him, mud baby. 2, 3. The
That's
winners,
it.
and still the coolest guys in all of IPW, 911 Incorporated, and there's the Jezebels that I paid so well for to entertain 911 Incorporated. And look at Jet Jaguar being the gentleman that he always is.
He's always quite a gentleman.
Oh,
You're right.
Look at me, I'm actually I'm pointing at the one with the
And there she ignores you, just like all the other women, Ron. These women make you feel right at home. They don't give you any mind either.
I've been K5 at every single strip joint in the entire Tampa St. Pete area. It doesn't matter where I've been. They don't give me any respect.
All right, Ron, I have to cut you off. We're going to go to break. Fans, we'll be right back right after this.
IPW Hardcore Professional Wrestling.
Here we go, Ron Niemi. We've talked about it. This is an IPW heavyweight title match. There you see former ECW star Julio Dinero strutting his way into the ring, chasing Shannon Rose around, who never knows what's going on, and that'll get you some face heat pushing Shannon Rose around right there. And here comes our champion, Ron Niemi. He's been champion for a few months now. He beat AJ Styles for that title. He's Billy Fives.
Billy Fives, the IPW heavyweight champion, who has no respect for the Florida WrestlePlex, for the IPW hardcore wrestling fans, or for that belt itself. Tomorrow night at the May Massacre at the Florida WrestlePlex, Billy Fives was signed to defend his IPW heavyweight championship against Agent Steel, the winner of this year's Rage in the Cage. Billy Fives has refused to defend the title against Agent Steel. He will not be at the WrestlePlex. He says he's got better things to do. Agent Steel will face perhaps Scoot Andrews, maybe Mike Sullivan. Basically, Agent Steel is going to be in the #1 contenders match because Agent Steel has to prove himself to Billy Fives, according to our champion. Billy Fives, I'll give him more credit where credit's due. He tries to take it to Julio Dinero with a nice little arm drag, and he gets it reversed, and now he's got an arm bar locked on. Billy Fives ain't quite the... He thinks, this guy gets me so...
All right, Ron, just calm down, calm down. I tell you what, I would think that the owners of IPW might have been a little bit more fair to Agent Steel. He won Rage in the Cage 4. He should get a title shot. He shouldn't have to be in a #1 contenders match. But however you want to do things around here, Ron Niemi, everybody knows you don't listen to me anyways.
Nobody listens to you, Aaron. I was in glee. I was in ecstasy. I was basically enjoying this program without you sitting next to me because I could call it like it is without being interrupted once and for all. But Billy Fives, I'm not stupid. Sure, he holds the upper hand because he is the rightful owner of the IPW Heavyweight Championship. He might be ducking this title shot by Agent Steel, but the truth of the matter is we're not going to strip the belt off of Billy Fives. We're not going to suspend him because that's what he's looking for. He wants to go out and say he's never lost his title. We're going to get the contract signed. We're going to have our lawyers at the same table is his. He will defend the belt against the winner of Agent Steel and whoever his mystery opponent will be tomorrow night at the WrestlePlex.
All right, nice shoulder tackle there by Billy Fies. Sorry to interrupt you there, Ron.
Yeah, sure,
but then again, if I didn't, people wouldn't know I was back. Sorry I'm not here with you trying to sell a kidney on eBay. I'm actually trying to call an IPW match the way it should be without kowtowing to you and saying absolutely about 100 frickin' times.
Well, taking shots at Bobby Rogers, the owner of FOW, while he's not here. I'm going to leave that. I'm not going to tell him. Look at that huge, huge suplex. This match has been very physical. When you look at Julio Dinero, a lot of people, they like to talk about him like he's some type of pretty boy. They like to talk about him. You see the fans are behind Billy Fies. I don't know what to say about that except for maybe it's the cocky attitude of Julio Dinero. Maybe it's the fact he used to be in ECW and he's perceived as some big independent superstar. Billy Fies, we might not like him, but look at the wicked kicks. Julio Dinero, if he hadn't worked on his midsection the way he does, somewhat like myself, Aaron, he wouldn't be able to those kicks. You've seen my ab.
Yes, I have, Ron. Your big pony keg that you carry around, that you call a stomach there. But that's just all part of your gimmick, I suppose. And they're part of this match right now. Billy Fies just has his head ran into the second turnbuckle. I've never seen that maneuver before. And a nice little spin kick, almost sweet chin music style, right to the bottom of the face of Billy Fies. And our champion is hurting, Ron Niemi. And I tell you what, you talk about the fans being behind him. They may not like Billy Fies, but one thing our fans have proven, if you're going to wrestle an outsider, if you're going to be an outsider coming in here to IPW, you better be ready to contend with both your opponent and our fans, because they support our wrestlers 110%.
Julio Dinero is the type of guy, I might not like him all that much, but the truth is, look at that wicked leg drop off the top rope, and he clotheslines Billy right across the second. But again, the veteran should know better than this. Drag your opponent to the center of the ring, hook the leg, cover him for the pin, and you are the new IPW champion. Instead, he lets his head get the better of him. He doesn't hook the leg, and Billy Fies gets his leg on the ropes to break the pinfall attempt.
Yeah, I don't even think he actually got his leg there. I think it just landed there, just like he just landed right on the canvas from that wicked neck breaker. And we nearly had a new champion there, Ron. Only a 2 count by Mustachio Star Stevens.
Mustachio Star Stevens, the mud baby. Everybody loves this guy because he does everything he can to call it right down the middle when he's not busy being blown up.
Nice roll up there by Julio Dinero. Once again, nearly a new IPW champion. This is about the closest I've seen Billy Fies to having his title taken since he won it here on TV just a few months ago.
Again, I have to reiterate, tomorrow night at the May Massacre at the Florida WrestlePlex, Agent Steel will not be facing Billy Fies, the man who's ducking him for the so-called, he wants to be the so-called undisputed champion of the independent scene. He's in there with Julio Dinero. He's doing what's got to be done. You're going to see Justice in Livewire tomorrow night. You are going to see Axis and Kubiak. You're going to see the IPW TV title match with Dr. Heresy against Pat McGroin. And right now, Billy Fies.
No, once again. We almost had a pinfall there.
He don't seem like he's into it to me, Aaron. Is it me? Is it some type of perception problem that the 26-year-old Star Stevens is maybe a little bit out of it?
I don't know, Ron. It seems to me like maybe his ambition has been a little killed. I don't know what in the world Star Stevens could possibly do that might kill his ambition.
I have no guesses.
Oh, crotch shot.
Huge nut shot by Billy Fies. Oh no, I kicked him in the ass, ref. I didn't kick him right in the McGroin.
Actually, what he was saying was, right now, Ron Niemi's calling commentary, and he's looking right at my bottom.
Julio Dinero was so complimentary when it came to the WrestlePlex. He put over the talent, he put over the building, but there's nothing he put over like Extra Innings Ballpark Cafe down on Central Avenue in St. Pete because he enjoyed the hot, spicy chicken.
All right, Ron, all right. We do it every week. With the cheese,
well,
yeah,
he actually
Ron.
ate him. I'm not making this up, Aaron, but Billy Fies, while he's arguing with Star Stevens, just happens to have his leg right across the throat of Julio Dinero, choking the life out of him, and Star Stevens ain't even figured it out yet.
All right, Ron, we've been talking about the 18th and the big matches coming up there, but let's not forget, IPW returns to the east coast of Florida next Friday, May the 24th. That's 1 week away, fans. Be sure to check it out. Ron, what are some of the big matches we have in store for our fans on the east coast of Florida?
We're going to be at Pine Ridge High School in Deltona on the 24th. You're going to see Frankie Capone and Python go for the unified. Oh my God, look at that wicked German suplex. Drives Billy Fies right onto his neck, and he still kicks out.
And then he kicks Julio Dinero right across the chops. And if he's not knocked out, he's a better man than you are, Ron Niemi.
You know, people talk about taking it to the mat and taking away a guy's aerial arsenal and taking away some of the weapons he has when he's on his feet or in in the air. Billy Fives doesn't matter if he's laid on his back, on his belly, standing up, or flying through. How in the hell did he end up getting that wicked kick into the face of Julio Dinero? And Billy come on.
Oh, look at him, come
We're
on.
gonna start laying out Star Stevens. He's very frail. Look at him.
The only person more frail than Star in the back room is Shannon Rose. Oh, I guess I take that back.
Beautiful. Some wicked. Oh, look at the Star Stevens strut. Look at that. And he ducks under and nails. Oh my God, look at that wicked move. We might have a new champion. And if Star Stevens counts to 3 or counts both guys to 10 and gets up and does that strut again, I'm going to projectile vomit and then I'm leaving.
All right, so we can only hope for my sake and commentary that Star Stevens throws up here in the next few seconds.
That was honestly, we've had Rasta Man dancing in IPW, we've had the hardcore giant Ron Niemi, and I've been known to cut a rug. No, we haven't had Skandar Akbar here, the world famous wrestling dancing champion, but Star Stevens and that strut, that took the cake.
I tell you what, that is one of the funnier things I've seen here in IPW, and that's saying quite a lot. And look at Julio Dinero coming back with his second, third, maybe even fourth win here. All kinds of aerial maneuvers on our champion, Billy Fives. And what is he going for here, Niemi?
I have it. That's the Dinero Trapola.
What?
The Dinero Trapola.
Well, whatever it was, it's good for another 2 count. There was about as many 2 counts in this match so far as there were in Steamboat Savage at WrestleMania 3, one of the all-time classics. And I tell you, for a match that you're going to see here in IPW, it doesn't get a whole lot better than Billy Fives and Julio Dinero. And there goes Julio outside the ring. And I tell you, Ron, this may be one of the better matches we've had on TV in our entire run here in IPW Weekly Recap.
I enjoy watching our wrestling program and calling the matches alongside Aaron Royal. It doesn't matter that you're completely incompetent. Come on, Star Stevens has obviously got some bone to pick with Billy Fives, but I don't know that. I'm sitting here thinking he's not calling it down the middle and favoring Julio Dinero, but that sure looked like a 3 count to me. And Billy Fives hits a huge sit-out powerbomb. And what the? Are these guys even beatable? They got a counter for every counter. They got a pin attempt for every other guy's pin attempt. At the 24th of May at Deltona at the Pine Ridge High School, this is the type of action you're going to see here in Royal.
And there he goes with Star again. Oh!
Come on, Star!
1, 2. Oh, nearly a 3 count. The Billy rolls through it. Oh, what?
And he's got the tights.
And he's got the tights. What a champion.
It was right in the face of Star Stevens, who has been bending the rules totally against Billy Fives for the entire match. And now he rolls through his own roll-up, hooks the tights, pulls him halfway over his head, and Star Stevens acts blood. What the hell is wrong with this guy?
Ron, you're going to drive yourself crazy trying to make sense of what Star Stevens does in the ring, but make no mistake about it. He is the senior official here in IPW, and make no mistake about it, still your champion of IPW, Billy Fives. Fans, we're going to be back with some clips of New Jack and Chaos in just a minute.
I drive up to our school, your friends all look so cool, hanging by the bleachers. Your friends all stop and stare at my spiky hair and at my punk rock t-shirt. You are the girl for me, only you can see me. Your eyes are not open, 'cause I am one of a kind, and you'll never find a guy who will love you more. I see you in the hall, I trip and then I fall, and you just stand there laughing. It wouldn't hurt so bad if you only had offered to help me out then. You are the girl for me, only you can see me. Your eyes are not open, 'cause I am one of a...
Hey, I'm Callahan from Tampa Bay's only wrestling show, The Steel Cage, on Sports Radio 1010 The Team.
I'm the Putz.
And this is the hardcore giant, Ron Niemi.
And of course, this is our producer, The Foreign Object.
Join us Saturdays at 11 on Sports Radio 1010 The Team.
We're the home of the Bucks, the and now
IPW Hardcore Professional Wrestling.
it's every Saturday at 11 on Sports Radio 1010 The Team.
The hardcore giant Ron Niemi sitting next to me, this year's champion of the Rage in the Cage, Agent Steel. Former IPW Tag Team Champion who deserves his shot at Billy Fives for the IPW Heavyweight title. Sure, Billy Fives just defended against former ECW superstar Julio Dinero. He's faced the likes of AJ Styles, Scoot Andrews, and every other so-called star in this business. Agent Steel is IPW Hardcore Wrestling star. He's the future of IPW Hardcore Wrestling. He deserves that title shot, Billy Fives, and you found some loophole in the contract, and you're gonna duck his challenge? Billy Fives, it don't matter if you're here. Agent Steel's gonna go in a #1 contenders match against either Scoot Andrews or Mike Sullivan. I know you don't care who it is, Agent Steel.
I don't care.
I know you don't care.
It doesn't matter. See, Billy Fives, you're a great champion as far as fighting-wise, but how can you duck me? I earned my shot. You know,
You did what's right. You destroyed Sandman. You now have his Singapore cane.
I do.
You destroyed Chaos and Rick Thames. These are some of the most hardcore individuals in the business.
Oh, yeah.
Now, Billy Fives wants to claim to be some technical genius. He wants to claim to be the best of the best. This is the best of the best. He earned that title shot. Agent Steel, I don't care if it's in June. I don't care if it's in July. You might have to face my man Mike Sullivan tomorrow night at the WrestlePlex. You might have to face Scoot. Maybe Mike Shane will decide to throw his name into the mix. What are you gonna do if it's Scoot Andrews facing you across the ring tomorrow night?
Really doesn't matter who it is, Ron. I'm gonna do what I do, and that's fight. I'm gonna fight for my chance to fight you, Billy Fives.
Billy Fives, you want to be a wrestler's wrestler. This is a fighter's fighter. This is the future of IPW Hardcore. Billy, you might dunk him next month, maybe the month after that, but he's gonna get to you eventually.
All right, fans, we want to just give you a taste of the insanity that ensued when Chaos, IPW's own hardcore icon, went up against the Gangsta New Jack. The only group that'll bring in New Jack here in Florida is IPW. Look at this mayhem, Ron Niemi. We don't have time to show the whole match in its entirety today. That's going to be next week, right here on Weekly Recap. But Ron, we may not get along, but I'll give you credit where credit's due. You're the only promoter in Florida with the balls to bring in New Jack, much less put him on your television show.
Nobody would have the guts to put New Jack on TV, and if they did, they give him some cupcake match, squashing some jabroni from the back. We put him in there with Chaos. There's staple guns, there's knives, there's everything that you can think of. When people see New Jack, they don't want to see some Greco-Roman exhibition garbage. They want to see the hardcore, they want to see the violence. Look at this guy taking it to Chaos. But what he didn't anticipate is the fact that Chaos is the hardcore legend that built around for 4 years running. Oh my God! What the hell is he doing?
He's carving him up with some kind of knife there, Ron Niemi. I'm telling you, we thought Chaos was sick with that big extra large knife of his, whatever he calls it. But the things that went on in this match, the things that went on in all of New Jack's matches here in IPW went beyond anything even IPW has seen before. And you're right, you were talking about Chaos. Oh my gosh! I wasn't sure if we were going to get that in on this week or not. The shot right to the McGroin of Chaos, and quite frankly, as brutal as that was, I ain't even joking, ribbing about the whole McGroin thing. That was a shot right through his crotch, and he's going to be lucky if he can walk.
The referee was hoping that he took in that vacuum cleaner to vacuum up the tacks that are covering the canvas of the ring at the Florida WrestlePlex. But he takes and absolutely destroys Chaos, who comes back and rips the flesh from the head of New Jack. There's a lot of bad blood here, but the truth is, they don't even know who the hell the other is. But there was something to prove. There was something to prove about who is the most violent wrestler in the wrestling scene today. Is it New Jack? Is it Chaos? Is it somebody that we don't know about yet? My money is it's on these
Look
two.
at the smile on Chaos's face, and we haven't seen that in a long, long time here in IPW. He had more spring in his step in this match. He had more venom in his promo the next night in Crystal River than I've seen in at least a year and a half from Chaos. And there goes Richie Rich getting taken out by New Jack. He doesn't care. Fans, I wish we could show you the whole match right now, but the fact of the matter is we can't. We will be back here in our main event next week. You're going to catch all this insanity in its entirety. Look, even our referees get brutalized by New Jack.
Into a pile of tacks. He gets belly to belly. Richie Rich will never be the same. Watch us next week.
All right, right, what's going on here, Ron? First, you don't have me on TV. I had my well-earned vacation. Naftali came in, that's fine.
Vacation, you were in jail, you dumbass.
K5, man. There's kids here, dude.
Oh.
I'm telling you, man. First you do that, then you use Bobby Rogers of all people, and now you bring in Agent Steel. You're suddenly... Fans, that was an incredible matchup there between New Jack and Chaos. You didn't even get to see the whole thing. You just saw some of the violence that you're going to see in our main event right here next week. Ron, IPW, the only promotion in Florida willing to bring in New Jack, willing to put him on television. That's because we're hardcore and we just don't care.
We bring in New Jack. We bring in Abdullah the Butcher. We bring in from the depths of hell himself, the Prince of Darkness, Kevin Sullivan. The violence reaches new levels here in IPW month after month. You've seen it here from the beginning right on UPN 44. We have some of the most technically gifted athletes in the business today. And we have some of the sickest bastards you're ever going to see in the ring. And we're proud of each part of IPW. We love the bloodshed. We love the guts. We love the intestinal fortitude of these athletes that get in there and let it all hang out every time.
I tell you what, Ron, the talent that you've seen here on Weekly Recap these last few weeks, even without Aaron Royal, has been amazing. Sandman, New Jack tonight, Abdul the Butcher, Kevin Sullivan. We've got the Backseat Boys coming up in upcoming weeks. Ron, let me tell you something. IPW is the place to be. Fans, make sure you check us out live here at the Russellplex tomorrow night. That's May the 18th. You've got Agent Steel in a number one contenders match against a mystery opponent. You've got other titles on the line, Axis and Kubiak, all kinds of stuff coming up here, Ron Niemi. And then May 24th in Deltona. Ron, I hate to do this to you. You're not even going to get to talk because it's almost time to go. Fans, we're going to see you right here next week.